Is this on okay? Good, okay. As Cheryl and I fumbled with each other a little bit. I'm Dave. I'm the COO of Premier BPO. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming. We really appreciate it, and we're impressed that you took your time to come to see us. So we're so happy to have representatives from the Mayor's Office, representatives from the American Chamber of Commerce, representatives from IBPAP, representatives from Outsource Accelerator, as well as a lot of our supplier partners, which we appreciate all of your support, and with technology partners, staffing partners. So we appreciate the support of our partners, just like we work with our clients. First, I just want to talk a little bit of information about Premier BPO that you might not be aware of. Premier BPO was founded and started by a gentleman named Mark Briggs. Mark Briggs was the former CEO of an extremely large company that a lot of people who are familiar with BPO will know, the Sitel. Mark Briggs was the CEO of Sitel. He founded Premier BPO in 2002 with the vision that outsourcing, global outsourcing from the US to places like the Philippines was not just for the mega Fortune 500 company. It was for mid-sized players too. And mid-sized clients could benefit from the best practices, the technology, and the innovation of offshore outsourcing that the big guys played with, but there wasn't people doing what Mark had the vision of, in serving the mid-sized market. So Premier was founded with that vision. We started off with the offshore model, serving US clients, and full disclosure, we opened up our first operation with Mark's vision in Pakistan in 2002. We were in Pakistan for a couple of years, and in 2005, opened up our second operation in China. And so we had two operations, one in Pakistan, one in China. We, in 2008, was our first foray, our first coming to the Philippines. We came to the Philippines in 2008, and we came very excited about, obviously, the English skills of the people who live here, the phenomenal work ethic of the people who live here, the phenomenal attitude of the customer service spirit of the people who live here. And I mean, I really sincerely, I consider myself part Filipino. I've been here so many times, and I really have told this, what I'm saying now to you guys who know this Kool-Aid. I say this to U.S. companies about the spirit and work ethic of the Filipinos is phenomenal. And on top of it all, what was so welcoming by the government at the time, and IBPOP is picking up the mantle and the flag of the the welcoming environment to the BPO industry, which we've totally appreciated. So we came there with those reasons, and we've enjoyed that. We had modest growth for the first couple of years. We did a modest growth, but we built a very good boutique reputation, doing high quality work, not only in call center, not only doing with headsets on and voice, but with also a variety of specialized back office service operations in a variety of verticals. We have clients in the logistics space, we have clients in the technology space, we have clients in the staffing vertical, and a few other standalone unique verticals. But we built a reputation of doing very high quality work, and in a variety of verticals. Recently, in the last 2 years, we've had an evolution and a change in a very positive way. Mr. Briggs is still involved in the company as a little bit of a silent partner, but we have a change in executive management, executive leadership, and the executive leadership has carved a new vision and a new path for continued innovative services to both our existing clients and to new clients in the marketplace, as well as a vision of how we want to enhance engaging with our employees and creating an employee culture and employee workplace. This new energy and vision from our executive leadership, coupled with some new investment dollars, coupled with some new rigor, has given us some phenomenal growth in the last 2 years. We've literally doubled our size since 2020, and while this growth is exciting, fun, and invigorating, It's had us grow out of our previous space, which is right here in Eastwood, and so we actually ran out of space, and it has brought us to this beautiful new Accenture building, which we're very excited about. This is, to us, it's not just a new building. This is almost a new launch to our future. We're excited about that. We're excited about what this will help us do with our clients. We're excited about our employees, and we're excited about this whole industry of which we'd like to play a part of it. So, to tell you a little bit more about what we're doing and where we're going and why we're doing it, I'd like to introduce our CEO, Ali Din.
For those of you that don't know, Dave has been in the BPO industry for a number of decades, and he's actually one of the first few people who brought BPO into the Philippines. So I'm really excited to have everyone here. I want to just take a moment, everyone, please give yourselves a round of applause for being here. Really appreciate your support today. So as Dave mentioned, I'm the CEO here at Premier, and I started in April. And when I first started, just in my first 2 weeks, Sam, our general manager, comes up and calls me and says, Ali, we have a problem. We're running out of space in Manila. And so we started to look at office space, and Dave and I came here in May and started touring different facilities. So we really liked and we were really impressed with Eastwood City. We really liked the building that we're here in right now. And we really liked the layout. It was really conducive to our business model. So with all that being said, I was a little concerned about the size of the building because we are tripling, so 3x growth in the size and the capacity of what we're doing in the Philippines. But Dave assured me, he said, don't worry, we will fill it up with new clients. It's like, okay, let's go forward. I have signed the lease with Mega World, and so here we are today. I think the reason why we're taking these steps is this workspace really plays into our future vision. When you look at the macroeconomic trends that are happening right now, the high interest rates, the inflation, the tight labor market, particularly in the United States, it's an acute problem for companies that are trying to get the right skills and they're trying to maintain productivity while workloads are increasing significantly. So we feel this is going to be a very good tailwind, really support our growth and bolster our growth here and across the globe as well. And so none of this would really be possible without the support of IBPAP, PEZA, the American Chamber of Commerce, the local Philippines government, and the mayor's office. So I think the other thing is we wouldn't even be here without our clients. Our clients have been with us for, some of them for over 12 years, many for several years. Also our technology and staffing partners have been really helpful, and really our success hinges on our employees who take great care not only of our clients, but our clients' clients. So our team of Filipinos work really hard to take great care of our clients. And without them, we wouldn't be able to grow our business, take care of our existing clients, and add new clients. So again, I'm really happy that you're here to join us on this very amazing day of celebrating with our ribbon cutting ceremony. We'll get to that in just a moment. But I just want to take 2 minutes to share a quick video with you of, this is a rough cut of what we're planning to share with our US market in terms of promoting the new office and the location that we're in.
Good morning, everyone. Dave, Sam, thank you for welcoming me here from the American Chamber of Commerce and our other media guests and partners. On behalf of the mayor, I'd like to extend our apologies because for not being here today. This month is the foundation month of the city, and we have several events that are across the city. As you know, the city is composed of 6 congressional districts, which is one of the largest cities in Metro Manila. But nevertheless, we'd like to congratulate you for not opening a new company, but expanding your business here in the Quezon City. Thank you for choosing this city. Of course, as I was telling Ali earlier, the BPO industry is what kept the economy afloat during the pandemic, and it's very we are very thankful. Not only the city, maybe the country is very thankful for the BPO industry, because without the BPO industry, maybe we would not know what would happen to the Philippines now, especially in terms of economy. And also on the part of the city, we've done our part. We have created local investments and promotion office, which we extend loans to business that are in need. We also provided free point-to-point service bus terminals. So we have bus that have free rides from all over the city. So your employees may take advantage of this. You just hop on and hop off wherever you are. The city also has some other incentives coming up. With, of course, we want the business sector to thrive. The business now that we're rebounding from a crisis, and hopefully we're out of this pandemic, and soon a lot of projects are lined up with the city, and hopefully we can be partners in any of these projects. We've actually we spoke about Saitel. I think Saitel is partnering up with the Quezon City government. They plan to put up a school for business process outsourcing, and something like that. So maybe with Premier we can do something. Let's see. By the way, I'm the district action officer. The mayor has divided us. Since we have 6 congressional districts, the mayor has created 6 mini city halls, so that the government will be decentralized. All services can be obtained at the city hall. So we have our treasury office, we have our business permits and licensing, all our social services, and all other employment services. We have our peso there, so we can do a partnership in terms of hiring. In fact, Saitel, we just had one job fair here in Bagong Bayan just recently. So again, if you need anything from the city government, we'll be happy to help or partner with you. And congratulations once again.
Everybody, I'm Chris Paras. I am here to represent IBPAP. IBPAP is short for the IT and Business Process Association of the Philippines. We are the industry association for this industry which kept the light on during the dark days of the pandemic. So, and you're all contributors to that, so let's give ourselves a big round of applause for that, for really helping our industry. Now, last week, we had our flagship event, the International Innovation Summit, and it was there when we launched our roadmap to 2028. What is that roadmap? That is what we are planning to do for the next 6 years, and that would be the content of my cheat sheet. Let me just take a look at that. Okay, so currently this industry employs 1.44 million Filipinos. It's been so the growth to 1 million jobs took quite a while, but with a lot of promise and potential, we are putting our money on growing this industry to 2.5 million in 6 years. So that's that equates to about what is that in terms of revenue? 59 billion US dollars by 2028. So that's a lot of money for the Philippines, right? And we are thankful that we have a lot of stakeholders that are with us, arm in arm, towards these, as we journey towards this objective. See, the vision that we have, let me just read it out to you, because Everest crafted this, and it took us millions to pay them. So our vision is to become the world's #1 experience hub for digitally enabled and customer-centric services, while driving inclusive and sustainable economic and social growth for the Philippines. That's a lot of words. But part and parcel of that would be, again, in terms of growth, growing to 2.5 million FTEs by 2028, to the tune of $59 billion, and also being able to transform the industry, this country, to the #1 experience destination across customer experience, employee experience, and user experience. On many fronts, right? But really foremost, transforming this industry to a high complexity, high skilled category jobs. So not just the usual perception of non-BPO employees would be, you're from BPO, calling, thank you for calling. we're more than that, right? We're much more than that. And although really the bulk of our industry is still on that, and we are very proud because, well, the fluency in the English language, right? The accent, we're very, very neutral, very easily understood by lots of nationalities. But apart from that, it is the heart of the Filipino, the heart to serve, that really, I think, put us on the world stage, made us a leader in an industry that is global, but also this is one of the industries where the Philippines is a leader, right? I mean, apart from beauty pageants and singing competitions, right? So we need to be proud of that fact that we are bringing home the bacon, and you don't need to leave the Philippines to be able to have that income to feed our family and have a decent lifestyle or standard of living. Now, it's easy to say all these growth objectives, but we really need to focus on certain fronts. One would be in terms of policies. There's a loud celebration when the government said, okay, you guys, you can now do 100% work from home. You just need to do this, this, this. And so there's, if we can just tell you the amount of work that our officers have done to get to that point. So we're thankful for our friends in government as well as our partners in the industry. Second is really talent development. The talent war, Ali and I were just talking about that, very, very fierce. And so we're happy that the Quezon City government is partnering with BPO companies in order to elevate, right, our talent and to upskill and reskill, because that's really part of the growth in terms of coming up with, let's say, a better perception, not just from the outside, but even from within, right? That, again, we're not just, thank you for calling, but there's a lot of talent within this industry. There's so much more, but I promised myself I will be brief because I'm an introvert. And so I thank you all for inviting us here, and congratulations on your growth.
I don't have a cheat sheet, but I am very, very honored to be here today to help congratulate you on your expansion. And I think, as Mr. Shapiro said, the conditions in the U.S. right now, from what American Chamber is hearing, is exactly that. That there's a high inflation rate, the cost of labor's gone up, the interest rates, etc., makes everybody look now saying, what can we do to reduce costs? And one of the best ways to reduce cost is to have their business outsourced to the Philippines, not China or Pakistan, but here. I also would like to mention it's a wise choice to be here in Mega World, and a wise choice to be here in Quezon City. Mayor Joy Belmonte is probably the premier mayor in the Philippines at this time. She got us through the pandemic in great shape. I mean, she was the first one to say, get your vaccine. I don't care what your status is. Come on down. Quezon City will provide you with a vaccine. And she recognizes very quickly the value of your industry to her city. And she will do anything. She'll jump through hoops. She'll be here at midnight for you if you need her. And so I think that's what's great about being here. And I know exactly why you're here in Eastwood, and I know exactly why you're expanding. And I think the conditions are just so good. About AmCham is, we have our membership manager with us, Vicky has worked hard. We've just had our meeting this morning, and she announced that we're now over 800 members in the Philippines. That said, part of our growth has been through your industry. And from the bottom of my heart, and from I think from a country standpoint, we should thank all of the people in the BPO industry for what they've done to keep this country alive during the pandemic. You are the only industry that saw any growth during the pandemic, and that is really amazing. And you know, it was hard to keep the lights on. It's amazing what you did. I don't know how in the heck you can get your computers home and get work from home so fast, because you're dealing with very confidential information. You just can't plug into PLDT and say, okay, I want to start using your internet for my call center. You know, it doesn't work that way. And so what you've done as an industry, and what I'm sure Premier did as they switched from work from home, is really commendable, and I really applaud you for that. It was great to hear Ms. Pottas, Chris talking about IBPAP, just to continue the history of AmCham. IBPAP started at AmCham. We have our very strong ITC committee at AmCham, headed by a guy named Don Feldbaum, and probably maybe Dave, I forgot to ask you if you knew Frank Holtz. But Frank Holtz was basically the father of the BPO industry in the Philippines. Unfortunately, he's not good health right now. He's in Hawaii, not able to come back to the Philippines, but he started this industry. He was chairing the AmCham ICT committee at the time, and he had the vision. He worked with Mara Rojas and the DTI secretaries and others at those times, and developed this industry. He had a vision for it, and then of course then it grew so big that AmCham couldn't handle it, and now we're lucky to have IBPAP, Jack Madrid, and that team working at IBPAP, and Chris and the group. So anyway, I wasn't even prepared to speak, but I just really wanted to say a little bit of thanks to you and congratulate you on your expansion with you and Sam and Dave, and of course all the backbone of any operations, your people. And so, you know, you kept us going during this pandemic, and we really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Started in
2002.
A little bit history.
Okay, so Premier BPO started in 2002 by a gentleman named Mark Briggs. Mark's claim to fame was actually he was the CEO of a major company that I'm sure you've heard of in the BPO industry, Cytel. So he's the CEO of that. He started it with a different vision. There was lots of big BPOs serving Fortune 500 companies. He started with a vision of serving mid-sized clients and thinking that mid-sized clients can also get the same benefit of the innovation, best practices, and technology that the big guys are getting, which at the time was not happening for smaller or mid-sized organizations. Started in the U.S., but with the entire model built on offshore delivery with labor arbitrage. So the first operation was in Pakistan, in Lahore, Pakistan in 2002. 2 years later, in 2005, opened up an operation in China. Started off in Beijing and then moved to Kunshan, which is just out of Shanghai. Both of these operations were more back office than call center. Premier BPO had a whole gap in its capability by not really having a great English voice capability, and so the obvious choice was to come to the Philippines, and so that happened in 2008. The company for a while had modest growth, but a great reputation for doing really good work for our clients. The retention rate and the tenure of the clients is impressive. We've always had great satisfaction scores from our clients, but it's been modest growth for a while. In the last 2 years, there's been an evolution at the executive level, and most recently, Ali has joined within the last year. Ali has brought new vision, new ideas, new thoughts from some leading edge companies in the U.S. from some of his experience. In addition to some thought leadership, We've also invested some more money into the company, and we've invested some more passion and rigor. And this has paid off in that we've had a lot of growth in the last year and a half, and that growth in a positive way has mandated that we have run out of capacity at our other facility, which was here in Eastwood, and has brought us to this facility, which we're very excited about. We are, to run who we are a mid-sized player, and we say that very proudly, but we're a player that has the best practices of the really big guys. So we think we're the best of both worlds. We know there's some really big guys out there who pitch, have clients of 1,000 seats, and there's some mom and pop boutiques who have clients of 5, 10 seats. We're a mid-sized player with the expertise and the talents and the tools of the big guys that can serve, the mid-sized market, if that makes sense.
How are your company wants to grow here in the Philippines? Like, are you like from one?
Any future
Yeah, any
plans?
future plan? Yeah.
Yeah, well, so we
Besides-
we continue to grow as an overall company in all of our locations, but the Philippines is very key and strategic for us, as evidenced by the investment that we just made into this new facility. I was telling the mayor's representative today, when we talk to people in the U.S., the Philippines has evolved over the last 20 years that it's become so accepted. I feel like it's a 51st state as far as culturally and acceptance by the U.S. 20 years ago, people would say, "Oh, the Philippines offshore." I don't know. Now it's like, I don't want to go to India. I don't want to go to this country or that country, including sometimes Pakistan, China. I want to go to the Philippines. So it's important to us. The Philippines is important. It's an important part of our mix. It's important, the voice quality we talked about, the diversity of schools and education that we can get here, the work ethic, and we're believers. I tell people all the time in the U.S., all the world's cruise ships are staffed by Filipinos. So many nurses are exported from the Philippines. So we understand the customer service mentality that's here, and the Philippines is very, very key and important to us.
For my question, anyone can answer. Is there any setback difficulties that you're encountering with regards to managing the business here?
Again, I'm going to reiterate that. First of all, I want to make sure if this is published. We are very, very excited about current and future of the Philippines. Being transparent, nothing that I don't think that other people in the industry haven't talked about. All of our colleagues, it's a question about how the government, interacts and does or doesn't mandate the work from home, which is very important to us to be able to have that as part of our capability. But whether they mandate if you have to come back or not, that's a concern. How much the government gets involved in that or not, and I know that our other BPO colleagues feel the same way.
And I can add, to that flavor. So the work from home is not just something that's happening in the Philippines, it's obviously happening around the world. And some of the things that we're facing is, in our industry, it's very competitive to hire the people with the right skills and bring them on. So there's an acquisition challenge of making people feel comfortable and wanting to join our company versus another company, what we offer versus what another company offers, and then a retention issue of making sure that people are happy and they don't find out that there's some other benefit that they're missing out on at another company. And some of the things that we're finding is not only do very highly skilled people just define the terms. They say, if you want me, I'm going to be working from home. I'm just not going to join otherwise. Other people are even when we say, okay, we'll figure out the work from home, but we would like you to come in for training just for 2 weeks. And at that point, they refuse. They say, I'm not even going to come in for training for 2 weeks. I'm only going to work from home. And so it's a very significant challenge. And we're trying to figure out a solution to it, and I think a lot of other companies are trying to find solutions to it. We want to be able to work within the parameters that we're getting benefits from PESA, we're getting working with IBPAP and American Chamber of Commerce, and everyone's working together to try to solve this. But it's definitely a very real challenge, and we feel like for the Philippines has worked so hard to become the place for outsourcing, and this could be actually a defining moment to determine how well it retains that title versus other countries where it's completely work from home, it's completely remote. Because the challenge, the reality is that there's technology today, there's companies out there that make it so easy for you to find freelancers in any country, anytime, any talent they want. So it's really critical that we're able to offer the right kind of compelling reasons for someone to work for us and to stay with us.
Questions?
Actually, how's the recruitment so far since you started with this new site? This new site?
Okay.
Answer that question.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So for the recruitment part, we're very excited because we were able to, at this point in time, we already experienced the headcount. We're able to attract talents that we need in the accounts that we are currently having, and the future accounts that will be coming in. So we're very excited about recruitment, and we have a very good recruitment team that is handling our process. So we are looking forward to growing still the company.
So in terms of moving to this new building as compared to the old one, like it just like shows how big of a deal that is. Like, oh my God, they own a space in Accenture and Mega World. That's a big thing. So when they enter for an interview process and they see everything that we have here, that just gives them a little like confidence, like, oh, I want to be part of this team. It looks really, and the best part of being part of our company is the family culture. You would be surprised that majority of our employees have more than 7 years of tenure. And it's surprising because if you know BPO, you would hear often like call center hopping. People just move like a year or 6 months down the road, and then I'm off to go because they want to gain more money, to gain more experience, to put more companies in their resume. But that doesn't work here because they value the tiny community that we have. We know them by their first name. Because of this growth. So that's from a recruitment, we get our pool majority of it's a huge chunk, right? The referral program, we get that from our employees. Word of mouth. So they have cousins, they have friends, they have colleagues from they bring them here.
Is it okay if you could describe a little bit about your new office? Like how many square meters does it occupy? How many person can it how many accommodate? What's the facilities?
So
Sleeping.
this is, as you've seen, it's a brand new facility for us. We have around 2,500 square meter area. We have around 400 workstations. Also, we have a brand new gaming room for our employees, pantry. We're planning to have an employees lounge, a quiet area where our employees can go and relax. We're also planning to have a meditation room where people can go and do yoga or just relax for a few minutes while they're stressed out, their day work and all that. So, and also we are planning to bring maybe a masseuse. I mean, you'll be surprised to hear that. Not many companies do that. So we're thinking about it. Maybe we'll ask a masseuse to come here once a month or twice a month, just to make our employees a little bit more connected, more relaxed. That's about it about our new facility.
Okay.
Okay. So we would like to invite everyone to apply in Premier BPO. We are a growing company. And for those who will be interested, please send in your resume to phhrteam@premierbpo.com, and we'll certainly get back to you within the day to process your application.
That's how fast. We do 1 day processing. You can also reach us via our Facebook page. You send us a message, and then we respond within the day, and then we initiate the process. Now, from a hiring process standpoint, there's a 3-point process. So initial screening is done by our HR recruitment team, followed by operations validation, and then I'm in charge of the final validation. So I get to decide if they are fit for the client that we are hiring for. And that closes the loop of our hiring process, making sure that we bring in the right talent for the right account.